workshop, it's all about me, because I want us to sometimes think that we are as important as the other people in our lives. And as I said to one of the other brothers earlier this morning, was as gay men or as...
I'd like to welcome you to the first Nubian Dreams trip and our first Women Wellness Empowerment Seminar. Today we're going to be talking about the privilege of...
Our topic is media matters, and media to me is very important, and I know that we can sit here all day. Well, I know I can sit here all day and talk about it.
This panel is so important no matter what business you're in. Is that we're in a world where most of us cannot afford to buy mainstream media. We just cannot, no matter how incredible art.
In the UK, we listen to you guys a lot. For example, Estelle, American Boy. Now, in the UK, she's on album number 2. We've known about her for a long time. We didn't believe her for a long time. It's only when she got this deal with John Legend, everybody's like, oh yeah, but Estelle. She brought out American Boy and she went to number 1. You know what I mean? And that's from you guys taking the time out to believe in her, to kind of play her music, to give her the airplay. Now it's a backward way, and yeah, when I go back to the UK, I'm going to be busting some heads open to try and, you know what I mean, understand why British, you know what I mean? But to be able to invest in something that you guys never heard of, but we know so much about, that's a very powerful thing for us. So the same thing, you know what I mean? If you hear from anything from the UK and you believe in it, let your people know, because it will filter back very, very quickly. And that's when the, you know what I mean, we're playing catch up to you guys basically. We're playing catch up.
And then I'd like to reiterate that writing letters, it's very, very important. If you care about Nubian Dreams, you will take the time when you get home and write a letter to Carnival, you know, and write a letter to any of the sponsors that supported this event, because, you know, Next Magazine is a free weekly publication, and people say, well, how do you make your money? We make our money by someone that picks up the magazine and calls one of the advertisers. You know, they call up Nubian Dreams ad and say, oh, let me call and find out about that venue. So that's how you support the media, is by picking up the magazine and looking at the advertisers and buying the product, you know, and calling on it.
And the other thing I'd say is with publications like Go, encourage them to continue to reach out to minority communities. They're not opposed to it, they just feel like it's a shot in the dark and they don't know what happens to it. And so when they get a letter that says, oh, thank you for advertising the cruise, I went, I had a fabulous time, you helped me, you know, you helped inform me about that event, or whatever event it is. It makes them say, hey, somebody's noticing. Okay, I guess we could do that event in Harlem for African American Week or whatever. But my big thing is going to be to make sure I get you 10 letters so that whenever you go to your next meetings, you have those 2.
And one of the things, I hope that you can put together a resource directory, because, you know, my specialty is finance and strategy. I spent all my life focusing on corporate America. And I'm like, I sit up here and I listen to the panel, and each one of you spoke, I said to myself, wow. I'm saying to myself, wow, the business model for music is broken. That's why Live Nation, and I think we talk about this all the time, that it's not about selling records anymore. Records really are going to be given away free, and it's about the concerts and how the quality. And I said to myself, I know that. And when you were talking about websites and all that stuff, well, I used to work in consumer marketing at Time Warner, and not on the creative side, but on the business side in terms of, it's on search engine optimization. Well, you know, search engine optimization. So it's not an accident that when you put a search word in Google that it comes up to the top. It's called search engine optimization. I said, well, I know that, but I spent all that time focusing on that. So I'm really hoping that, and you know, have my email address, because I mean, I worked in management consulting for a long period of time, but again, I've always focused it on, you know, corporate America, and I really want to try to bring it back to the community. And again, unless I guess I've met so many talented people that are subject matter experts in areas. If we knew about those things, people make themselves available to us.
And as an artist on my own, with it, regardless of whether you've had a record, regardless of whether you do whatever you're doing right now, because you still have to run in the path. I still have to swim in the same waters and try to keep the ball in play. And it's really it can be very difficult and challenging. But if you look around you, everything you need is right there. At your fingertips. You just have to go in and get it and use it and utilize it. So we should be aware of what's around us and to utilize. the young people and the old people and all the people around us to get to where we're trying to go.